Science center for Miami, one that is up to what Miami has become in the last few years, and a science center that is going to be talked about not only here in Miami, but in all over the world.
A modern city has things like a science museum where people can come learn about the environment, learn how to make the world better, learn how we've gotten to where we are, and I think that's what we've created here.
This is the first museum that SuperUber does in the US. We have 6 interactive screens and multiple animations throughout the gallery explaining each phase of this history of light.
If you were to ask a kid what their favorite things at a science center or a science museum are, you're gonna get dinosaurs, aircraft, and space. Feathers to the Stars is an exhibition about the past, the present, and future of flight. We start all the way back with dinosaurs, with feathered dinosaurs that actually evolved into birds. We then look at how those birds inspire us humans to want to fly. Eventually, we were able to find a way to fly with a power machine. The Wright brothers did so in 1903, and less than 70 years later, less than a lifespan later, we were able actually to put a human on the moon. Now we are talking about going to Mars, and once we get to Mars, what's next, right? And all these I'm talking about are things that we're covering in the exhibition. So Feathers to the Stars bring those 3 things all together into the same gallery. And that's what we did. We just found the necessary narrative to make those 3 things come together in a way that was meaningful and easy to follow and understand.
Very emotional to see the exhibition finally open. We've been working on it for 7 months with a big team, creating all the visuals, all this multiple collage visual identity that we created for the exhibition. And it's really cool to watch people enjoying and how they actually reacted to all the content that we created. All the interactives show a little bit of this history through chapters such as Lift, Trust, Flying to the Moon, Mars Landing. We have an interactive glider, a glider simulation. We have a timeline with all the pioneers, aircrafts, and milestones in the history of flight.
One of my favorite things is the idea of experimentation. You come in this room and you see all these things that have different ways of flying.
So the interactivity and the experimentation are a big part of an exhibition like this because they let people finalize the content and they become co-authors of the content, and that makes people get the message faster. The flight wall is the main character of the exhibition. It's a 4-projector projection synchronized in the back of the whole exhibition, and it simulates a wind tunnel. So you're visualizing what would happen to the air with the objects, birds, rockets, and airplanes flying through it. So you're basically seeing the invisible.
So we wanted to throw a bunch of digital objects into the wall, airplanes, birds, and other aircraft, to look at how they behave in a wind tunnel. This was something that we were committed to it, and something that when we partnered with SuperUber realized that it was gonna be done. With their expertise, they were able to find a solution that makes all these wind tunnel experience very poetic, very, very whimsical, in a way that we hope are gonna inspire everyone that comes in here.
Flight wall is amazing. I think that if people come in, it's going to be one of the first things they see after the dinosaur, and it brings the whole story together. kid that comes in here and has an experience in this museum is going to, we hope, walk away with that little extra spark of what maybe I can try or I can do and I can be a part of in the future. And 10, 20 years from now, we're hoping that the kids who are going to be experiencing this are going to be the ones on the trip to Mars.
In many ways, this exceeds the expectations that I had for this gallery. I'm really impressed, and I think the reason for that is that we partnered with the right people.